Sandstone Mountain in West Virginia. It's a 7% downgrade. I've got us in 7th gear. Engine brake's on full. And what that means is that I don't have to touch my brakes at all on this mountain by staying in 7th gear. It means we go down at about 25 to 30 mile an hour, but we don't burn our brakes, we don't heat our brakes, we don't risk going out of control. It's great. Costs us a little bit of time, but it saves us a lot of heartache. Potential heartache, anyway. We're pretty heavy, so we got to be in a fairly low gear in order to maintain control with the engine brake. I like going down mountains like this personally. If I knew this grade better, I could start grabbing gears before we get to the bottom, but I don't really know it that well. It's only my third or fourth time doing this this downgrade during the daytime, and it's always a few months between, it feels like. Yeah, you can always tell when it's a good idea to go down a mountain carefully when it's got a runaway truck ramp, because that means people have screwed it up many a time. You can't lose your brakes if you never use them on the way down. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day. Actually, it all started off kind of bad. I overslept pretty bad. I was apparently exhausted last night. The time change didn't help. Today's daylight savings time starting, which sucked. But yeah, I slept in quite a bit. I woke up feeling like absolute garbage, so I went in and got a shower at the Pilot where I parked last night before I even hit the road. Normally I like to do showers during the middle of my shift as part of one of my breaks, but today, no, we just started with a shower. It's like, okay, yeah, no, I need to not feel like garbage. So that was cool. And then I had a rather unfortunate incident at some point yesterday, shortly before I stopped, in which a red-tailed hawk impaled itself on the bumper at the back of my trailer. I guess it flew into me from the side, but I had to get him off there because that was not pleasant. He was no longer among the living birds of our society. I feel bad about that, but technically he hit me, so not my fault. As you can see, the runaway ramp is mostly gravel and dirt, with a paved shoulder for the tow truck to come in and get you, with a nice big pile of the stuff down at the end if you happen to be going so fast that you don't stop before then. Which, you know, if you go fast enough, just kind of launches you into the valley behind it, but you know. I think if you're going that fast, you at no point had control coming down the mountain, so kind of on you there. Oh god, look at the pile of debris down there. I guess it's actually happened to some folks. Yeah. There's a nice sharp turn and it's banked, so I'm actually drifting to the left, even though because we're going so slow that the banking of the turn is pushing me left instead of there's another runaway truck ramp down here because at some point that tells me that this hill had a truck go runaway when one of the ramps was already occupied. So that's disturbing. Let's just bring down the engine brake here a bit because we're down at 25 mile an hour. We're still under the truck speed limit of 45 mile an hour, so that suggests to me that we're not done with this grade, and that sign says it's still another mile. So it's definitely not 7% anymore. The 7% part of the grade, I was barely able to keep my RPMs below 1500 with the engine brake at maximum. So, and now we're switching between medium and low engine braking, and doing just fine. Should tell you how much this grade frightens other truckers that I've only been passed like twice so far coming down this mountain. There's plenty of traffic out here, but all the other trucks behind me are going almost as slow as I am, if not just as slow. See, I like that escape ramp better because it actually curves up into the right. So that slows you down better than just gravel alone. The other one's just is angled almost as steep as the mountain. There's another truck going by. There we go. That's the end of our low speed limit. So we're going to go ahead and get some speed here. I do enjoy efficiently descending a mountain. Feels good. There we go. And right back up to highway speeds. I barely even had to accelerate there. That's pretty cool. We got up to 55 with the help of gravity, and then let the engine do the rest. Because we are going slightly uphill now, so we're actually still kind of 55-ish. It's fine, it's fine. But I'm also, we're in West Virginia, so I've been listening to Homer Hickham's Rocket Boys book, which Homer Hickham's our NASA rocket scientist. He's got his memoir. It's the movie October Sky is based on that.